Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another Honkai Star Rail video, and today we're going to do part 2 of our preview every character in this game before launch series, and we're going to talk about the best defensive support unit in the game, Bailu. This is a girl that does almost no damage to enemies, but still tops tier list, is the best defensive support we got. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm also going to hope to convince you a little bit that if you pull her early, maybe on like a reroll marathon or something, I think you should probably keep her and be happy. Even if she's not the reroll target you were going for, we're going to talk about all of that right here. So, Bailu, there you go. We're on to the B's in our Cover Everybody series. Here's the damage charts. Do you know what you're not going to see on the damage charts? Bailu. She's not on here. She only does her basic attack, and her basic attack does not exist to deal damage. It exists to generate skill points so she has something to do when you don't need her to heal, because her whole kit's about healing. Like, that's really all that she does. She's so good at it. In fact, she's such a good healer that as a defensive support, she's the only one in the SS ranking on general and bossing. Now, defensive support, what do I mean? There's offensive and defensive supports in this game. Your defensive supports are your tanks and your healers. So she is literally rated by a lot of people better than all of them. I have a little bit of feeling that Jeopard down there, I call him Jeopard, I know that's not exactly how you say it, but Jeopard, I think he will rise as the game goes, and I'll talk about him a little bit more in his own video. But for now, let's just say that Bailu is clearly the best defensive support in this game, or at least that she was in beta. So let's go over her skills, her kit, her passives, all that, and let me show you why. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is her skills. Her basic attack deals lightning damage, but like I said, is really something she can just do when you don't need a heal, so she can generate skill points to let the rest of your team do damage. That is a bit of her support, right? Generating skill points. She can do that. Now, her skill is a heal. It's a single target heal that goes, let's just read that middle number when we're going through these. 16% of her max HP. So it scales with her max HP plus 128. Then it bounces to 2 other allies. Now that bounce is random. It could bounce to the same person. It could bounce to 2 different people. You can't really control that. And that bounce will heal 15% less each time. Still, it not only heals the target you want to heal, but has extra healing on there. Very, very powerful. Then her ultimate is a whole group heal, 18% of her max HP, plus another 144, and it invigorates allies that are not already invigorated, or extends their invigoration by 1 turn. Now let's talk about what invigoration is. This is a buff that she could put on her allies by using her limit break, or with her technique where at the start of a next battle, she'll just already invigorate your people. But look at Gourd of Elixir down there in the bottom left. When an ally with Invigorate is hit, they will heal for 10% of Bailu's max HP, plus another 100. This effect can trigger up to 2 times. And when an ally is knocked down, instead of them dying, she will immediately heal them for 30% of her max HP plus 240. That can only trigger 1 time in battle. Now, this is really powerful. Her skills, you can see how she is a top tier healer, but there's a little bit more to talk about here, right? When we're talking about 5-star units, which Bailu is, it's hard to immediately go start looking at the Eidolons. Look, I'm going to try and say it right. Eidolons. Eidolons, the dupe system in this game, because the rates aren't great. So even if you pull her once, it might be a long-term investment to look at getting, multiple dupes of her. So it's not something I think you should plan around early on in the game. Instead, let's look at her traces, because her traces, this is stuff that you could just build up on her. So her first traits on here, when Bailu heals a target above their normal max HP, the target's max HP just goes up by 10% for 2 turns. This is really important because remember, her basic heal move bounces to other targets, so it's not totally wasted. If you heal a low HP unit and then it bounces to 2 max HP units, it gives them a little HP buff. I like that. Her second major trace on there, Invigorate, can trigger 1 extra time, making it 3 triggers instead of 2. And then Aquatic Benediction, invigorated characters receive 10% less damage. Not only is she healing, then she is also giving yourself a little bit of damage reduction. That's really nice. You can see her whole kit, not at all built around doing damage. It's built around keeping your team alive, which I'm telling you in the end game is going to be so important. Now, what about her Eidolons? if you actually get lucky enough to start catching some duplicates of this unit, how many do you need for it to start mattering? Well, if you catch one of them, if the target ally's current HP is equal to their max HP when Invigoration ends, Bailu additionally regenerates 8 energy. Now, energy regeneration, this means they're going to build up their ultimate faster, so that's pretty cool, but one Eidolon does not seem overpowered to me. What about 2? After using her ultimate, her outgoing healing is increased by additional 15%. I really like that. On the 3rd dupe, you'll get skill levels up +2, good, more healing. And then the 4th one, which is a very important Eidolon level for these units. Every healing provided by Bailu's skill makes the recipient deal 10% more damage for 2 turns. This can stack up to 3 times. So if you're dropping your heal on like maybe your main damage dealer and it gets lucky and just like bounces on them 3 times, that's a 30% damage buff. So there's a little bit of RNG when it comes to Bailu here that I don't love. Oh, but that's still really, really powerful, and giving that damage buff is a nice little bonus on top of the healing. Now, if you're getting super lucky, or you're just a super space kraken whale, the 5th Eidolon levels up her ultimate +2, and then the 6th Eidolon, she can heal 2 downed allies instead of 1. So she actually catches an extra re-raise, we'll call it, for those of you that are familiar with Final Fantasy. She catches an extra re-raise in there that just automatically triggers if the ally is invigorated. So that's Bailu. That's our best healer in the game. And again, I want to stress that she's not only the best healer we have, she's the best of 2. She's the best of 2. We only have 2. One of them is a giveaway unit, Natasha. Everybody's going to have her. But in a game where you want to be running 2 teams, especially in the late game, you're going to be looking to not only have 2 healers, but eventually your 4-star healer, the freebie, could be replaced. That gives Bailu some longevity. Because, say another healer comes out later, and you're like, man, this healer's better than Bailu, Bailu can slide over to your B team, which is still a very important spot for her. I anticipate this unit having a long lifespan, and that's why I'm saying, if you pull her early, if you get lucky enough to catch this unit and maybe a couple duplicates of her in that early part of the game, I think your account is going to be in a very, very good spot, especially when you're working on that like chaos memory and stuff like that. Alright guys, thank you. That's the Bailu preview video, and I try to say Eidolons right in this one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this girl, who you are re-rolling for, because I haven't even decided if I am re-rolling yet. I don't know. I'm just going to wait till closer to time to make that decision for myself. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.